Hello everybody, I wanted to make a quick video just to give a little bit more life back into relationships and marriages and how they work on a mental, physical, and emotional level, just to make things be a lot more real life and not so much fairy tale in the story. So often we go through relationships previous to our marriage and we learn how to compromise certain things for other things, and eventually we find somebody who is worth a compromise and we settle down with this person. Over time, we make even more and more compromises trying to mesh out what it is that our relationship will be, the girl, the guy, however you want to make it. And at some points, or pretty much at any point, everybody should go through this process of having a huge argument. This argument kind of threatens the longevity of the relationship or marriage. This is actually quite common. Most people misunderstand it and think of it only as an argument. That would be incorrect, and you would not be seeing the mental and emotional aspect of it. You would just see the physical playing out of an argument, to people getting upset for various reasons. Ultimately, they're getting upset for the same reason. They find the relationship to be important enough to be angry about, and therefore voice an opinion trying to correct it. When their way of correcting it does not work, then they settle down to a good old temper fit and kind of punish each other by either going their opposite ways or by relinquishing what feels like love from the other person. However, this is just essentially you earning the ability to have a real relationship. Relationships are not about sacrifice, they're about growing together. And at the point that you want to have rules and regulations in the sense of, well, only do this for me, or I only see this as love, you only see that as love, I only see this as caring, why didn't you do this or that? You're missing the whole point of the relationship. The relationship is supposed to make you a better person, meaning that each person should be able to take on their greatest challenges and surpass them because of the caring for the opposite person is so great that it's worth taking on that challenge. More or less, we walk away from this challenge. We don't want to face it. We make alternative compromises that limit the true ability of that relationship to kind of clear out our negative traits and bring in light our greater self of being one's self, essentially. Um, this is important to know that it happens, and it should happen in any good relationship. You should push your partner to the point where they want to become better for you, but not because of the punishment of not being close to you. It should be a growing of each person. We do have certain things that we shy away from. Some people shy away from conflict. Therefore, the conflict itself is saying, pay attention to me and integrate the part of yourself that is shying away from conflict. In that way, you bring more richness to the relationship itself. Some people might have the reverse. They like to be in confrontation. They have to find something that's wrong. Ultimately, again, this is showing you that you're not okay with peace and quiet. Why is that? You need to integrate and figure out those things about yourself. In figuring those out, then you bring more light to the relationship itself. Now, this is very important. I want to put it in perspective because this is the process of getting to that happy ending. You should go through this. Both people shouldn't just be quiet and say nothing and suffer the rest of their life together, but they should say something, be comfortable to take it on. This is the person that you chose out of all other people to take on this task. At the beginning, it was very fun and easygoing, the romantics phase. Then it came more real life. You decided to take on working tasks together, live in the same house. This causes a different kind of tension. However, past this point, there is another point, and this is the point of real connection with the person that you're living in the house with. Not just by avoiding their things that make them upset or annoyed, but addressing those things, and not in a place of accusation and judgment, but from a place of loving kindness and support. This person is struggling in this area, therefore, any kind of anger or aggression will make it worse. You will get more of a expressive outcome if you do that, and rightfully so. If you are not treating the person you care about with caring, compassion, and understanding, then we are running into a very big problem. And most of the time, this problem is because um, the individuals in the relationship have not developed a style of dealing with life that has the solution for that problem in it. That's right. Also, when you love and care about somebody, they will push you to the point of taking on bigger challenges. These challenges you don't have solutions for. This is how you grow together and become stronger together, by being there with each other through the challenges. And as you prove that you are going to be there, the person can let down their guard. And as they let down the guard, your relationship grows. And you build that trusting, knowing the person will be there, helping you get through the challenges, and appreciating that person appropriately for being there and going through those challenges because they did not have to. It was a choice, and they chose to do so. So they should earn something from doing that because that is their proving of love. We have this understanding of love being a fairy tale thing that just happens spontaneously. This is infatuation. Love takes work. You have to become a better person to be able to love appropriately. In fact, I often say that you can love somebody to the degree of the challenge that you have previously overcome. In that way, you can appreciate them to that extent. So therefore, we can have one person who can appreciate another person greater than the other because of their challenges. But if you take on challenges together and show compassion for each other through those challenges, you can reach a whole different level. This is the process of building a relationship. It is not just the old school way of, I'm with my partner, I'm going to be that way regardless, although that definitely had its ups and downs. And it's not this way, well, I want to do everything I want to do, even though I'm in a relationship, which is more modern, and you should be okay with what I want to do because you care about me. Not the quite thing. We also can confuse the kind of motherly love as a kind of love that's given to you for no reason other than the fact that you are yourself, and therefore you deserve it, and therefore you should have an abundance. This is not how adult love goes. You must earn the respect, i.e., earn the love, i.e., earn the compassion, and what are you doing towards those ends? And if you're doing all those things without consulting the person you're doing it for, then you might be having a miscommunication. You might be showing lots of love and affection in the way that you understand it originally, and the person might not be receiving it. This is a conversation to have and work out and come to kind of middle ground so that you can see the style of love that a person expressed easily and therefore equate that as a part of love and not just block out their version and only have your version. And see, this is isolating in a way. And relationships should be open as possible in the sense of communicating how you feel, why you feel that way, and being accepted for that, but also building towards a greater thing, a better relationship, not just kind of shying away from those things. So I wanted to quickly put this into perspective so that my people that are in relationships and friendships and partnerships and all those kind of things, teams, you can work better towards something that is realistic. And when you face that challenge and when that challenge comes up, you know that you're right on track, even though this is the tough part of it, you can get out on the other side. And it's also very important to keep in mind that if you do not know the solution to the challenge that you're going through, ask for help. Help will be very great. It'll make it easier. It'll show you something that you don't know about yourself or know about the other person or know about each other. That can never be a bad thing. So in this way, self-care is a great way to go, as well as other therapies are also a very good way to go. But I find that mainly living a new experience with each other also helps with bonding. So a little bit of guidance with some new stuff in life and taking on some new challenges in a positive way. Maybe one person wants to be more artistic. Maybe one person wants to enjoy the game with their girlfriend or boyfriend, and you decide to do that. This is building a new relationship, a part that was not previously explored from the kind of past years, but is now new to that other person. So these are things that we want to keep in mind. Hopefully that was inspiring and makes sense. And you can see how self-care, mental, physical, and emotional health go along with the same story that's played out in relationships. There's just a little bit more humanness in the relationship than we might like, and it's not so easy to go over challenges that are challenges. You do have to learn from them. All right, thank you very much.